What's up, Amelia? Dayspring here to discuss today's reveals on the Hasbro stream. And I have to tell you, I have been collecting Marvel Legends since 2002 when I was a senior in high school, and I had frosted tips, and I drove a silver Mustang with a Blink 182 license plate. And I would go to Toys R Us after school, and I walk down those aisles. I be nostalgic for those 5-inch figures. And I remember the day I saw the Marvel Legends Toad and I picked him up and I thought, man, the possibilities this wave could have. The possibilities. And let me tell you, holy frack. The possibilities have been endless, and it is such a pleasure to be a Marvel Legends fan in today's world. We got some exciting reveals that we're going to go through. I will tell you that when I saw Dwight and Dan wearing X-Men hats, Dan is wearing the Kith X-Men hat, the one I have right here. I love it. It's so great. I would flip it over, but and the X-Men logo's on the back. But I was like, oh, we're going to get an X-Men heavy. We're going to get an X-Men heavy stream. And spoilers, we did not. That's okay. We did not, but we got some really good and fun, interesting reveals, which again, like I think like at the time, if you've been collecting Legends since the early aughts, you never would have thought that we would get things like this. And I can't believe at the speed and brevity that Hasbro is releasing these things. And I don't know, Familia. I am really, really excited for Marvel Legends. I think Hasbro proves time and time again that they are the best out there. It is such a wonderful time to be. We are in a golden age of being a Marvel Legends fan. So let's dive into everything we're going to be talking about here. And leave your feels down below. Tell us, let us know. But so we kicked off the stream with an MCU Daredevil Born Again figure. We had reported on this, and of course, the digital rendering had been shown to us, but he is on the rumored list, and I gotta tell you, I am so happy to see Charlie Cox in the MCU. When we got him in Spider-Man No Way Home, when we got him in She-Hulk, when we got him in the Spider-Man animated series that just dropped, and now officially with his own show, Born Again, on Disney+. I know the ratings aren't that good, and listen, I'm a huge Netflix, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage Defenders fan. I love the Netflix heroes. I think, the ratings aren't as good because we're so used to binge watching Daredevil and sort of moving on. And it being a weekly show, maybe that's, messing around with the way we consume Daredevil series. I don't know. It does. Some of the episodes are very mid, but I believe, was it episode 6? We got 2 episodes this last week. The final episode of that 2-pack, that 2-pack of the episodes, I thought was so great. So great. But yeah, we have Daredevil, Charlie Cox here. This is just a prototype. They just got it in last week. He has the shoulder butterflies joints that Wolverine from the Deadpool wave has. He has a torso that allows for a lot of rocking back and forth, and he has something called a 2-point neck, which I'm sure that term has been tossed around before, but I've never fully absorbed it in the 20 plus years, 25 years that I have been a Marvel Legends fan. But apparently it allows the neck to rotate, and it breaks at the bottom so he can go like this all around, and it's so great. They did say one more character was on the horizon for this. We have reported that it's Punisher. Now, if it's not Punisher, it's not Punisher, but who else could it be? Well, it could be Muse, which I think would be a very great and haunting figure, or it could be Kingpin proper. I personally would want it to be Vanessa Fisk. It's definitely not going to happen. But I would want it to be Vanessa Fisk. We got a look at digital renderings for the Thunderbolts figures and the waves, and we're gonna get a 2-pack with Yelena and Red Guardian. I gotta tell you, the digital renderings, holy frack, that is next level, especially for Red Guardian. I mean, his unmasked head, ooh, the chef's kisses on that. It looks so good. Yelena's an entirely new figure, new hair. This is their third version they've done of Yelena. She's a great character. So excited to see her again in Marvel Legends format. It looks like Florence Pugh. And again, it looks like David Harbour for Red Guardian. Oh, gosh, the digital renderings are amazing. Same with John Walker, aka US Agent. Dwight described him as a character who has some dirt and grime on his costume, and you can see it on his chest. It's not as polished. Now, the big one that was revealed here, and I saw some comments on Instagram already where people were like, spoiler warning, I support this page, but you're posting spoilers. And it's like, first of all, this is officially being revealed via Marvel, via Hasbro. I mean, this is them putting out an image of the Sentry, which we knew was already going to be in Thunderbolts. And he's going to be in Doomsday as well. So they're releasing this figure. I reacting to it. But yes, I too am shocked that they revealed the Marvel Legends Sentry figure in all its beautiful detailed before we even saw an official image out there in the MCU Marvel Studios putting it out there. So I don't know what to say. It's fair game when it's public. I think people are really confused sometimes when it comes to spoilers. But you tell me, do you think the Hasbro team revealing the Sentry figure, is that deserving of giving a spoiler warning, or is it fair game? I'm curious how a lot of people feel about that. Very odd to me that people have such a reaction to the fan accounts that report on it. We take it up with Hasbro. Don't take it up with us here, but that's just my opinion on it. But Sentry looks great. Very excited. Go read his original run in the comics. What a fantastic, fantastic character and fantastic kickoff. There was so much lore surrounding this character back in the day. They were like, oh, Stan Lee had a hidden drawer in his desk at Marvel, and someone discovered the sketches for the Sentry. So much good marketing, word of mouth marketing that went into the Sentry. And he's going to be in Thunderbolts, and we're excited to see him. Of course, we saw Emo Spider-Man. Holy frack, there's Emo Spider-Man. Listen, Emo Spider-Man, you had to be there. You had to be watching Spider-Man 3 in theaters with Tobey Maguire with his Pete Wentz emo hair, just flipping it like that. I still, in Paradise, in my version, in my absolute peak version of myself in Paradise, is me just going like that, flipping my emo bangs and looking really cool doing it. It was kind of comedic the way they did it in Spider-Man 3. You know, Sam Raimi, I think, wanted it more as a gag than anything else. But listen, I'm happy that we have emo Spider-Man here. He looks great. That it's curious to me that Tobey Maguire is coming with that Spider-Man head on him. I mean, that's definitely a Tom Hardy or not Topher Grace. Topher Grace and Tom Hardy, see, having the Venom head there is a little bit more what I would associate it with, but that's fine. Listen, it looks cool. Rule of cool. Someone told me recently, Paul, rule of cool, and I agree. Rule of cool, that looks amazing. We're not going to nitpick it. I'm so excited. I'm definitely picking up this figure. You know, Yelena, Red Guardian, US Agent, Sentry, Daredevil. Love those characters very much. I don't really collect MCU figures. I'm more the X-Men comic book accurate figure collector when it comes to Marvel Legends. But Emo Spider-Man, you better believe I am picking up Emo Spider-Man. Picking up Emo Spider-Man. And then we're getting a Walmart exclusive Velocity Suit Spider-Man from Spider-Man 1. I believe Dan mentioned that he had come on board the Marvel Legends team when the first iteration of this figure was being built. I can't believe it's been that long since we last got the Velocity Suit figure. Listen, I remain agnostic on these Spider-Man PlayStation figures. I know Ryan at the top of the stream was like, oh, you know, our last stream was very gamer focused on Spider-Man. And, you know, I understand doing a Spider-Man Peter Parker, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Kingpin, and Black Cat wave of these figures for, you know, like GameStop and the gamers out there, but they're investing a lot of resources on these variant Spider-Mans. Like, we got so many variant Peter, variant Miles, that I was just like, is the market really demanding these? And I hope the answer is yes. Again, it's not necessarily figures for me, and that is completely fine. I think the Spider-Man PlayStation games have massive mainstream appeal, and obviously extremely successful, but does that translate to Marvel Legends? And if it does, then fantastic. Flood the world with PlayStation Spider-Man figures because I want Marvel Legends to be around for another 25 years. I want to be in my 70s, still going on Zoom discussing Marvel Legends. So if these are keeping the IP, the Marvel Legends IP afloat, then fantastic. Give us as many as we can possibly have out there. However, I am curious, are people going to be really picking these up? Or are they going to be peg warmers? I don't know. Are you going to pick it up? Please drop your feels below if you're going to be picking them up. That's great. Listen, Spider-Man and video games, I'm always going to be happy. I'm replaying Spider-Man 2 because I just bought, I'm pointing over here because I have a new TV. We bought a new TV, 72 inches. So just playing Spider-Man makes me so happy. The graphics are amazing. Hopefully we're getting a Spider-Man 3 soon. Pre-order for that is coming later on. Now, this is where we got into the Target exclusive figures, and I was like, whoa, give us Beast, give us Iceman in their X Factor costumes, right? Because they're right there on the packaging for Jean. And nope, it is Weapon X Wolverine, and it's the hairiest figure Dwight has ever done, fully pinless. Now, of course, we've gone in iterations of Weapon X over the years, and most notably a couple years ago for the Caliban Wave. But they really they did this for twofolds. One, they really wanted one that was comics accurate, and this looks very comics accurate. I mean, the helmet looks great, and you get multiple heads, which all of the chef kissies there. He looks so great. And they also wanted to pay homage to the original 5-inch Toy Biz figure, which came in identical packaging, right? David Nakayama is providing the art for these retro card packagings. David Nakayama does such a great job. What a wonderful artist. We've had him on the podcast before. Go find that episode, please. He is a wonderful artist, such a great guy. Love him. So I can get behind this Weapon X figure. I will tell you that Jean and Xavier, oh my goodness. Jean, by luck, Familia, I was able to get her because I had gotten several DMs when she went live on Target. And I was like, well, if I'm getting the DMs, these are at least like a couple minutes later. And by this time she sold out, but she was available. I really wish they would find a way to get these Target exclusives easier for us fans who want them, because again, if you blink, you miss them. And there are people on the West Coast, like our friend Jason Nerd Alert. He DM'd me, was like, "Oh, did you get the X Factor Jean?" I wasn't. I woke up and I tried to get it. Similarly with From the Ashes, who's overseas international, he wasn't able to get it, and he's like a massive Jean stan. So I wish they would do something like what Mondo is doing. Like, right, Mondo just re-released, or they're doing a new Wolverine from the X-Men 97 series. So it's a 1/6, those bigger figure statues. And they had him on for pre-order for about 11 days. 11 days, and that, for me, I think is fair. I mean, maybe that's a little too much for something like Target, but maybe, okay, from the next 3 hours, this figure is going to be available for pre-order. I feel that is fair. Everyone who wants the figures will get it, right? I mean, they're really hard to track. But anyways, so we're getting Weapon X, and then they also revealed a pinless Mystique. I am so excited that collectors who weren't collecting Marvel Legends back in, 2018, who missed out on the Walgreens exclusive Mystique, are now going to be able to come in and get a Walgreens exclusive Mystique, except she's Target exclusive. But being able to get this figure, because I think she is the best Mystique figure that has ever been made. That is a bold statement, but the Sentinel Wave Toy Biz Mystique, Marvel Legends Toy Biz Mystique that we got in the Sentinel Wave, the running joke was that she had a diaper, right? Because she was very clunky. We then got, of course, the Return of Marvel Legends Wave 2 Mystique, which was her in the black costume, which was inspired by her miniseries in the early aughts, the Got Mystique arc. And then we also have gotten the VHS Mystique, which is based off of the animated series, which is similar to the Walgreens exclusive one, but she has a different head. All great figures in their own right. I mean, listen, again, that Sentinel Wave Mystique back in 2005, she slapped. We were just happy we got Mystique and we had these build-a-figure parts. But the Walgreens is probably the best one out there. And I love it. This one, so again, let me make my piece. I'm happy that folks are able to get her and get a version of this figure because she's great and she's updated pinless. But I think I prefer, again, always wait till you hold the figure in hand. This is just a knee-jerk raw reaction. I feel I prefer the Walgreens Mystique more because I like that shade of blue better for her. And here the shade of blue seems a bit more harsh. I know this is a very nitpicky kind of note here, but I like that she came with the gold gun versus just the standard black gun. It gave her some swagger, and I love that. We are getting a alternate head because, of course, it's Mystique in the Walgreens wave. It was Rogue based off of that first X-Men Legends wave back when the X-Men were welcome back at Marvel because of the film rights, and we got a wave dedicated to the X-Men for the first time in a long time, and Rogue was in there. So in the Walgreens exclusive, it's half Mystique, half Rogue. Here, it's just straight up Black Queen Jean from the Hellfire Club box set. It's supposed to be more photorealistic, and you can swap it and put it onto the Marvel Legends Black Queen figure that came in that box set. That's great. But for me, this is such a missed opportunity because Destiny, Irene Adler, has a similar hairstyle when she's younger and meets Mystique. What a missed opportunity not to repaint this head as a younger version of Irene Adler that you can put on the Destiny figure. Missed opportunity, in my opinion. If you were going to go through the trouble of updating it with photorealism, I don't know if it's cheaper to do that. I don't know how the costing works on the back end, but I would have done Irene Adler for this. I think they would have slam dunked it. And of course, the Walgreens exclusive came with a head for Lalandra. So again, kind of like a missed opportunity here. Perhaps this is sort of their cost-effective measures coming into play there. So that was really it for the X-Men. We got another Amazon exclusive Madame Mask, which, listen, that original Madame Mask that, by the way, shared its variant with Mystique. Oh wait, was it Mystique? Oh no, it's so funny, man. I'm sorry, like I didn't do the research before I jumped on, but it was Madame Mask, Madame Hydra, and Mystique. All three have the same molds, and I think Mystique was supposed to be swapped out for Danny Moonstar. That was her variant, but Danny Moonstar, of course, never shipped, and we wouldn't get Danny Moonstar until Walgreens. But anyways, Madame Mask, she looks great, as does Crossbones. Fantastic figures. They're going to be available on Amazon.com. But the last two, I have to tell you, and I just got back from Islands of Adventure, multiple islands, one adventure. Because I always want to say Island of Adventures. It's Islands of Adventure. I rode the Hulk ride. I love that Hulk ride. I think I grayed out this time around. I've always been such a scaredy cat when it comes to roller coasters, but I have literally conquered those fears. But I did this time when we got to Islands of Adventure. When we got to Islands of Adventure, we went immediately to the Hulk ride, and we bolted out of there, and took me a second. I don't know if it's because the sun hit me, but I was like, whoa, this is going so fast. So I have Hulk fever. So the fact that we're getting a Fantastic Four She-Hulk, which again we have reported on, she was on the rumored list. Fantastic Four She-Hulk. She comes with a peace sign, hair in a ponytail, and as we predicted, the Iron Man wave She-Hulk head. Reuse it. It is a beautiful, beautiful figure. I love it so much. I don't think we can put her as number one at the top of our Marvel Legends list, but I am so happy to see her in the Fantastic Four costume. So excited, so excited. She-Hulk looks amazing. Now, we had previously reported that the highly articulate new Maximum figure would be Deadpool. That was sort of the tea we got on the back end. Happy to be wrong. we know more Maximum figures are going to be on the horizon. But when I posted that video, I got several DMs, so many people. It's like kind of one of those things that like everyone's talking about something, but you're unaware of it. But everyone was like, it's Hulk. Hulk is all but done, and he was supposed to be revealed also at, I don't want to say Toy Fair, but somewhere else that he was apparently going to be revealed on, but they don't know why he wasn't revealed. And of course, Maximum series, our new figure is Hulk. Hulk, with a torso that allows him to do his sonic boom clap, which everyone wants. He has sonic boom effects. He has multiple heads, some based off of one based off of Ed McGuinness, another the Mike Deodato Jr. We're all excited for it. Listen, I'm buying it. I am 100% buying this Maximum Hulk. I have been a fan of the whole comic book Hulk since, God, what was it? It was the Wizard 5th anniversary. It was Wizard 60, and I believe it was their 5th anniversary. The Bart Sears cover of Hulk just coming out of like the Wizard cover. Oh, it was so good. I loved it. The vibrancy, the colors. I was so excited. I am so excited to get Hulk. I'm going to add him to my collection. You know, curious enough, Hasbro was talking about how Spider-Man and Hulk, these are the heavy hitters that they're putting out because this wave is still, or the series, excuse me, is still in its infancy. They're testing to see what works and what doesn't work, so they're pulling out all the heavy hitters. So make sure to hit up Dan, Dwight, and Ryan on who you want to see in these in these Maximum series, because they're just testing the market. I'm excited as heck for this. I'm very excited. He comes with a missile that you can also break in half. That was one of the hints. So onwards to the future with the Maximum series. And here we are with a post credit to this video because there were a couple of things I really wanted to chat about. First, obviously, Mystique's packaging. You'll notice on the top right corner, we have Weapon X Wolverine, Mystique, Xavier, and what appears to be Storm. I don't know if this means we're getting another Storm figure because the Xavier packaging has Rogue, Gambit, and Storm, and that was some Target exclusives during lockdown. I don't know if they're just recycling the art for this or we're going to be getting a new Storm. That's going to be very curious. But the one thing, and I was going to let that go because I was like, oh, it's packaging art. We don't really know too much. But the one thing that made me want to come back on and just do a little follow-up recording here was that Dan posted on his Insta stories a photo of him, Ryan, and Dwight with the caption that reads, "Thank you to the boys, the greater team not shown, and to the collectors. Can't take these moments for granted. Never know how long it will last." That's pretty ominous. That is definitely pretty ominous. I mean, are one of them getting a new job? I mean, if it was one of them getting a new job, I don't know why you would call out everyone who's worked on the Hasbro side. Why wouldn't you just say it's such a pleasure being here? Never know how long this trio will last, but the fact that he's talking about everyone, is there some kind of evidence that is this some proof to the speculation that the Hasbro license will come to an end in 2026? Or I don't know. Drop your feels below on this. Drop them below, Familia. Engage with us on Power of X-Men, and we will see you next time.